Today we're going to work on this steering. We got the steering box all permanently mounted, bolted to the frame. So now we're dealing with this drag link. Now here's a piece of the old drag link, and I put a new rod end on it. But if I take the old drag link, it still comes up too short. See, this used to be fastened right in there. Now, if I take this longer drag link, so what I think I might be able to do is cut this right here, and I've made a sleeve, and I also have an old rod end which I can cut the threaded part off. It's a right hand, it goes right into there. So that'll be into there about that deep. Cut this off right about here. Put that sleeve over it. Weld that sleeve. Cut this rod. Put it into the other end of this sleeve. I can weld it all up down this channel. In fact, turn this rod into a threaded end to fit into this coupler. So we have a left-hand thread here, a right-hand thread here. This is my adjustment. I also have some adjustment at this end if need be. And I'm not worried about too much stress because it's push-pull and it's easily accessible to view for any stress or damage due to bumpy roads, whatever. One more thing I noticed, my arm here when it swings, when I turn the wheel to the right, it's hitting the shock. Now when I made up this whole shock bracket, I made sure that there was a clearing here. So when I saw this, it scared me. But I think what happens, the weight of the motor brings the frame down. This gap opens up, we have a clearing. Because there's no motor right now, it bumps. So hopefully when I put the motor back in, that won't be an issue. If it is, then that's another problem to face when the time comes. In the last video I mentioned just adding oil to the transmission because I didn't think I could drain it, but turns out I neglected to look underneath and see there's a filler plug and there's a drain plug at the bottom. And then to further screw things up, way back when I took the stick out of here, there's a pin that keeps the stick from spinning around. And I do believe, because when I put this back together I did not find a pin, I do believe it may have gone down into the transmission, which means it's sitting at the bottom in the oil, and I decided I don't want to take a chance that it'll get kicked up, caught in the gears, and destroy the transmission. So I guess what we're going to do is completely drain this transmission and put fresh oil in it. Well, anyway, let's pull this plug, see what kind of a mess we can get into here. See if we can catch most of this oil. Here we go. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're in trouble. It came out faster than the funnel could take it. Good thing I put cardboard down on the floor. Okay, I'm going to put this down and try to clean up this mess. Okay, we're going to let that cardboard drain for a while so we can dispose of it. The rest of the transmission is going to drain into this orange plastic pot. Alright then, I think we're ready to try this again. Hopefully we don't dump it all over the place again. Here goes nothing. Oh, I think that's going to work. Now I got to look through this oil to see if my pin is in there. If not, I got to go searching for it in the bottom of the transmission. Well, it wasn't in the oil, so we're going to get out the magnetic probe, see if we can find anything down in the bottom of the transmission. I didn't have the camera ready, but when I reached in through the drain hole with my finger, I found the pin. So there it was in the bottom of the transmission. Let's put some gear oil in this thing, see if we can make less mess than we did before. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, the stick is all back in. The pin is in its place. I want to lose that one again. Getting back to this steering rod, I've made a sleeve to lengthen it. This is going to get welded in here, and then got this threaded piece. Going to go right in there, get welded in place. And it's going to go up in place like this. That'll thread into there. The ball fits in down here. That's adjustable. That should work. Okay, I've cleaned up all these areas for welding, so that's the next step. Finished welding up a coupler on this rod. Got the threaded end here attached to the rest of the rod. And I gotta reverse this bracket so that the rod end hangs underneath rather than on top. Okay, that steering rod is all mounted. A little ugly, but it'll do the job. Let's see how it works. Turn the wheel. Looks good. Okay, now we gotta tear the steering gear back off of here because we gotta shorten up this shaft, probably 4 or 5 inches. And I may want to angle it up just a little bit so that the steering wheel will be at a little better angle. So that will involve removing these 2 bolts, getting a little turn, re-drilling, re-bolted on. Okay, the steering box and shaft is out. It's already been welded up at one time or another, but I think we're going to shorten it up about 4 more inches. So this looks like it might be a hollow. I'm going to break this apart and maybe machine something to go inside of there and re-weld. Okay, just as I thought. It was welded into a hollow shaft. So now I have to cut it to the length I want, machine this down to the right diameter, fit it in there and re-weld. So with that, we'll go back on to welding the pedals back in place, and we've also got to take a break, change the rear end in this car. Got the new gears here, So we'll be starting that project soon. Okay, that's all for now. Bye.